Hi, my name is Sarah. The last few days, I felt convicted to make a small video. 4 days ago, my mom died unexpectedly. A year ago, my dad died from stage 4 cancer. A month ago, I gave a presentation at a Christian Women's Weekend, and I had decided to give my testimony, to be vulnerable, and to bear all. It was the first time I ever did it, ever. I talk about trauma, I talk about self-talk, self-worth, and how Christianity ties into it all. I talk about how we don't talk about the things we need to talk about. Someone once told me we are only as sick as our secrets. Well, I don't want the things that I went through to go to waste. And so increasingly over the last year, I have felt led to share and put myself out there, regardless of what anyone says, because there are people out there that feel alone because we're not talking. Well, coming back to the loss of my mom, I'm still in shock. I know that I am. It ebbs and flows. I'm all too familiar because I lost my dad just a year ago. But someone that I look up to and someone that is a wise person in my life warned me and encouraged me that after what I shared a month ago, that I shouldn't use the grief of my mother and this time to stop that momentum. Yes, should I take care of myself? Number one, should I sit in my feelings? Should I take care of myself? Yes, absolutely. But it would be way too easy and understandable to think that just because I'm a mess right now that I should suddenly throw in the towel and stop sharing when I had been feeling convicted that I needed to continue to share. But she reminded me that in our mess, God can use us just as much, if not more. So I'm here to encourage whoever is listening, no matter what you are going through right now, God can use it for His good. He can use it to touch other people. In fact, He could probably use you right now in your vulnerability and in your imperfection more than He could on one of your great days. I also want to encourage whoever is listening that no matter what you've done, God can use it for good to touch the lives of other people. I don't care what it is on the spectrum, whether it's the mistakes that no one knows that aren't even looked at as big mistakes, or whether it's drug abuse, whether it's prostitution, whether it's even murder. I don't care what it is. Your story can be used to touch the lives of others. So no matter how you're feeling right now about yourself, know that you have a purpose. And one of your purposes is to be used for a greater good. Nothing you've been through goes to waste with God. So I'm very thankful that that person said that to me, because it would have been really easy for me to pause when the momentum of sharing and speaking out had become strong, and I could see that God was using my mess as His message to touch others. It would make sense. And who would want that? The enemy would. The enemy would want me to believe that in my mess, because I know it's coming, I know that a few days from now I'm probably going to fall apart, and that's okay. But the enemy would want me to think that I can't do what I thought I was purposed to do because I'm not okay right now. Well, it's okay to not be okay. And God can use you during that time too. I think that's all I wanted to say for tonight. Thanks for listening.